Pritty Vishy, and her sister who is actually autistic. This is information we didn't know before, and now we are very much aware of. Apparently, she does live with her sister who is on the spectrum of autism. And unfortunately, there was a video of her reprimanding this kid because they'd done something naughty. What happened was, in the background, you could hear her saying to someone, "Amemixio mkate na maji." Yani, he's mixed the bread with the with the water, and then people in public started, accusing her of being mean or mishandling this child, and so she actually went on to say, someone just bring me pills za pressure, because this girl is trying me in all the ways. Raising an autistic kid is not a joke. And she continued to actually say, people are always saying, oh, don't hit the kid, you don't need to beat the kid, you don't do this, don't do that. It's because they have not actually tasted bringing up such a child, and a child suffering with autism. Just let the guardian guide the child, and no need to be there telling them, don't beat them, don't punish them, blah blah blah. She said the kid woke up at around 4 a.m., messed up the whole kitchen. Like, I can't even explain to you guys the mess she had created. Whatever she has done in this kitchen, that just had to end. My mom cleaned it up. Honestly, it couldn't. I couldn't, because I was so mad. Afterwards, she wanted to go to the bathroom and create more of a mess. And so basically, she's trying to explain that she had to reprimand this child because obviously they kept making a mess, and there's nothing else they could do except from, if a child is being naughty, you beat them, you reprimand them, like a normal child. If your child is being naughty, unapatanga slippers ili fly, mwiko ili fly. Like, you will beat your child if they're acting stupid or acting a fool. So what is to stop you from doing the same thing to your child simply because they have a mental health issue or they have a physical disability? If a child is being naughty, they have to be reprimanded. That's the reality of matters. But at the same time, I see how a lot of people are looking at it like, oh, they've already been dealt a really rough hand. The world has already given them this really difficult situation to be in. And given them autism, so you should give them, favoritism. You should give them a little bit more of a leeway when it comes to how they act and how they behave, because they already have been dealt a really bad hand. The reality of matters is, a child is a child. A naughty child is a naughty child. Doesn't matter whether you're in the spectrum, on the spectrum. Doesn't matter whether you have a physical disability or not. It really doesn't matter. And I would have gone even further into this story by explaining a really horrible scenario that I experienced recently, where a child with a disability was groping me. Actually, this kid was deaf. And in my mind, I'm like, there's no way this kid is going to do this to me. Like, there's no way, I'm being paranoid. But nope, they were actually groping me. And they were a small kid, less than 4 years old, and they were grabbing on my boobs inappropriately, knowing full well it's bad, because they would sneak it in. At some point, I bent over and this kid just humped my behind. And it was so awkward, because you're like, this is a small kid, first of all. Number two, they are a child with a disability, with a physically abled, what do you call them? A differently abled child. Yes, a differently abled child. So I'm not supposed to judge them. I'm supposed to give them preferential treatment. But in reality, no, they're just a naughty kid doing naughty things, and therefore they should be reprimanded. And when one of the ladies who was attending to children actually caught the kid, they were actually beaten. Alipigwa. Tabia mbaya akapigwa. Regardless of your predisposition, a naughty child is a naughty child. You should take the same measures you would take with any child. Otherwise, you let them let them pass with so many other problems. Ultimately, you create a horrible adult. Like, a naughty child is a naughty child. I completely am in agreement with Pritty Vishy.
Yeah. I feel like once you open up certain aspects of your life to the public, you open yourself to a lot of criticism. I understand sharing your journey and being vulnerable and sharing the hardships of raising a differently abled child. This is a kid on the spectrum. Of course, it comes with its challenges. I understand wanting that outlet and that platform to, let me share my journey with you, let me show you what goes on. But just coming onto the internet to vent about your situation and then getting mad when other people have an opinion, yes, it's difficult. It's really, really difficult raising a child and then raising an autistic child. But you brought this to the internet. Now everyone has an opinion, and now you're feeling some type of way, and of course somebody obviously will make you feel less than. Somebody will make you feel like you're not doing this correctly, and discount the fact that you've been raising this child for years without anybody's help and anyone's opinion. But because you brought it up and now somebody has an opinion, of course it might trigger you, especially when you're trying your hardest. Imagine umejaribu, you're at your wit's end, and then somebody with an opinion comes and tells you you're not doing a great job, maybe you should have been doing this, maybe, and they're not actually offering you a solution. They're just coming to criticize what you're doing. No solution offered. So I feel like it's important for you to protect your peace and protect the peace of the people around you. Pritty Vishy herself is a celebrity, but the rest of her household did not sign on to be a celebrity. We don't know what this kid is going through. To be honest, people on the spectrum do weird things. It makes sense to them in the moment, but to you it's just like, wow, what was the reason for that? So maybe we were not supposed to be privy to all of that. It just felt a lot, to be honest. But I do wish you the best of luck. It's a difficult situation, and I hope you do have a good support system.
As we said all the time, just join a support group. There are many. Please join a support group and find better avenues of finding yourself. But at the same time, I agree. A naughty child is a naughty child. Let them be beaten. Let the discipline be instilled in them. Otherwise, you will raise a horrible adult.
True.